Hey y'all, Ayla here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is, for me, a very special day. I've been very excited about making this video, and then I totally forgot to actually make it until I realized that this challenge is tomorrow, which will be the 25th. Today is the 24th. So I'm cutting it a bit close. But this is the Boy Doll Snuggle Down Challenge. It is hosted by Marna over at Dolls Rescued, Gosha at Dolls, Trolls, and More, Irene at Irene's Dolly Space, and Cynthia at Ambrosia's Dollhouse. I will have all 4 channels linked down below in the description. It's too much to fit into the title, but some of you have probably seen him. He shows up in videos every once in a while, but I always wanted to make a video just about him. And I finally have an excuse. And he is snuggling with Little Miss Currently No Name, because I don't have a name for her yet. I'm looking into it. But this is Pounce. That's his name. He will be 24 years old this August. He and I share a birthday. Unfortunately, I'm not only 24. Actually, no, not unfortunately. I don't want to be back to 24 again. As stupid as I am now, whoo, I was real stupid at 24. But anyway, so how I got Pounce, how we share a birthday, is the first year Ron and I were married. Yes, this year will be our 25th wedding anniversary. We just were not in a situation yet to get a live dog. But Ron knew how much I desperately wanted a live dog, a real puppy. I had, he and I both had grown up with multiple dogs in our home, and I grew up with dachshunds. My little girl, who was supposed to be my sister's dog, she was born when I was 7, and we lived on a farm. And I ask you, who do you think a little pup wants to play with? The 7-year-old girl who's running around out in the fields, or the 16, almost 17-year-old girl who's curled up in her bedroom reading books? I mean, seriously. Cleo is my puppy. Well, really more, I was Cleo's human. But, so Ron took me to Toys R Us. I'll explain in a moment while I talked about Cleo just then. And this is, for anyone who remembers, Toys R Us used to exist. It used to have an entire wall of giant cubbies. And the cubbies were like 18, maybe even 24 inches and square. And they were just chock-a-block full of stuffed animals. Big ones, little ones, any kind of stuffed animal you could think of. Ron took me there for my birthday. This was in the year 2000, because yes, he's going to be 24 this year, so this is 2024, and said, pick a stuffed animal. So I looked around, and we were both very glad that he did that, because he was just going to buy one for me, but he decided to let me pick. And he would have picked a black and tan, because I grew up with black and tan dachshunds, although Cleo, she was a solid black. Her little tan markings above her eyes and a little bit on her paws didn't start showing up till after she was 10. So I'm partial to solid black dogs. Although if you've ever seen pictures of Cleo, or rather Lydia and Lacey, the dogs that Ron and I have had, they're both black and tan. Or they were both black and tan. But anyways, I digress. So I picked Pounce. And I'm pretty sure he's actually supposed to be a black lab, but he's close enough. Cleo was a dachshund, so she was longer, but she only weighed 9 pounds. When she got up to 10 pounds, the vet scolded us for letting her get fat. So I guess when you're that small, even 1 pound makes a huge difference. She was my girl, and so Pounce reminded me of her. Even though, he has a snubber nose. But when dachshunds are puppies, this is what their nose looks like. Their noses elongate as they grow. And Pounce has lived with me and Ron and snuggled with both of us whenever we need. He has slept with us ever since the day we brought him home. And you can see he's a little bit worn, but he's never going to be less loved. He's always going to be our firstborn. He's our son, which surprised Ron. Ron thought he was going to be a girl, but I was like, no, Pounce is a boy. Probably the only boy dog we'll ever have, because we do prefer girl dogs. But, so that is my Pounce story. That is my boy doll snuggle down challenge story, because he does snuggle with us. He got us through both when Lydia died and when Lacey died. Ron and I both took turns snuggling him. Not quite as good as a real pup, but awfully darn close. Got me through till we were finally able to adopt Lydia. Thanks for watching. And be sure and check out those 4 channels. I will again have their links in my description. And thank you to all of them for coming up with this wonderful idea. And you have a great day. Say bye-bye, Pounce. Woof, woof.